Hey, welcome to the Flannel Tribe Podcast.
But you got some ridiculous ass shit that nobody likes.
Steve Gutenberg.
Gutenberg.
Juke. I am your mother.
Clam it or slam it.
That's a fun guy.
Did you guys have Chili's growing up?
It's a great fucking song.
Andes.
I don't like the fucking dirt. Motherfucker!
And away we go.
Okay. Oh man, you're huge.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to an episode of Flannel Tribe Podcast. We are going to actually be talking about a movie this time, and not really music.
Not just a movie.
Movie.
This movie, some people, consider this movie to have defined a generation, to define a decade. It's a beloved movie by a lot of people.
It is in my top 5 to 10. It's definitely up there.
Is it really for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's great because it's probably top 5, somewhere in the top 5 for me as well. So this is a rare
Agreement?
of us agreeing on a movie.
Yeah. This here movie is, something that if it's a stupid, shitty day, it's like, what do you want to watch? Something like that. This is really like one of the top choices. It just never gets old at all.
No, it really doesn't. It's like something you can just put on and not like you don't get sick of it. You're just like, all right, we're just gonna watch this. It's quotable too. It's very quotable.
I think pretty much every word in this movie is quotable. Like I was thinking about it the other day.
Wait, we've already said what movie it was, didn't we?
Everybody, welcome to the Flannel Tribe Podcast.
No, in my head, we already mentioned the movie, but maybe we didn't. It's Back to the Future, and there's a reason why it's on. We're doing this now,
Right?
Because
right.
I listen to a number of podcasts, most of them nostalgic podcasts. Back to the Future, the movie itself, came out on July 3rd of '85, so that was the 40th anniversary of the release of the movie, but anyone who's a fan of the movie knows that November 5th, 1955 is a big date in the Back to the Future universe. The day Doc slipped and fell on his, hit his head on the toilet or whatever, and had the vision for the flux capacitor, which makes time travel possible. We didn't put ours out with everyone else's in July. We waited for November. Not only that, but we're celebrating a year of the podcast.
Yeah, actually, that's right.
Right.
The first episode came out October 30th of last year, and here we are. It's a week later.
Well, it's around that time.
Right.
It's like so. A big thank you to people who listen and people who contribute to the discussion and things like that. It's been it's been a fun hobby. It's been pretty cool. It's been a learning experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Shit, I went back to the very first episode the other day. I put it on. I was listening to it, and I'm like, man, yeah, it's a little rough. But
yeah. Wow.
So are all the rest.
But so is the most recent episode.
Yeah,
so
so there's no improvement. We don't strive for that.
It balances out.
Yeah. Getting into this movie, I don't remember it on my radar or anything when I was little. It was just, I don't know, we had HBO, or horrible body odor, and we put it on. It just was on and watched it. I couldn't understand time travel at the time. I had questions when I was younger, and my father was like trying to explain it, and I just fucking had no idea. I really didn't. Now I kind of understand a little bit more.
Being like someone who's really into this is like probably And some people will say, arguably, that this is the greatest science fiction movie of all time. I mean, people just love this movie, myself included. And I love sci-fi geek here, you know, and especially time travel, things that go along with it, the impossibilities and the possibilities that go along with it. I love when you're watching a movie and you try to like compute the things in your head, like, oh, he went back, you know, and this is one of those movies that does that to you. But my memory of it is I didn't go see it in the theater, but I did see 2 and 3 in the theater.
I never saw any of these in the theater, and I didn't obviously seen them. Right.
But this one, I'm sure I saw on HBO, just like you, and I know we had a VHS of it. I just don't know if it was a recorded copy or the actual VHS. I don't remember, but I do know at the end of the VHS when when he says his line where we're going, we don't need roads, and he goes across the screen and it says to be continued. I do know that was not in the movie.
Oh yeah.
The to be continued. You know where it says that at the end?
Yeah, yeah.
That was added only because I think if you watch it now, streaming somewhere, I don't think it says to be continued anymore.
So I have right over here, over my shoulder, the DVD trilogy. I just had it on a couple days ago. I saw the whole end scene, and I didn't pay attention to it. I really...
That was added, I think, with the first VHS release. So, like, maybe 86, 87.
Maybe that's how I saw it then. Maybe we rented it because we bought a $1,000 VCR.
We had I don't know how much it cost, but we had a fucking awesome wood grain on the thing. You put the tape in, you know?
Mine was actually front load.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
Well, we had ours before Back to the Future.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it fairly new. We got that and a microwave. It had to be $250,000 in equipment that we bought for our house.
It was on layaway since like 1982.
Right.
At Kmart.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably was, actually. So, do you know, this movie was always titled Back to the Future. Do you know what it was, a title that was recommended? And it was by Universal Studios.
Yes. And I don't know off the top of my head, but I remember, and it was dumb as hell.
Right.
One executive in particular suggested
Sid. I forgot the last name. I didn't write it down. His name was Sid. He was like the head of Universal Studios and everything. So he's this higher up guy. He said nobody's going to spend money on a movie with the word future in the title. So he said about the movie being named Spaceman from Pluto.
That's what it was. That for some reason the words invaders from Mars kept popping into my head.
Yeah.
And I know that's already something, but yeah, that is Sid, what the hell are you thinking? And not only that, it's like a number of other studios passed up the story.
Pretty much every studio said no.
Just like RoboCop, they passed on it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it was a hit.
Yeah, well, you guys can find that episode a few episodes back that we talk about that.
If you're interested in learning more about RoboCop, we did an episode a few episodes back that way.
But like a lot of the studios said, it's not raunchy enough because those mid-'80s movies and stuff, they were coming out raunchy comedy. There was fucking tits and shit, all that.
There's an obligatory set of tits in almost all 80s movies, even PG ones.
Yeah. So all the studios said it's not raunchy enough.
Uh-huh.
And then you go to Disney and they're like, too raunchy. The mom and the son and all that. So they were kind of like asked out for a little while. But you have... because this was written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. And...
The Bobs.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a date with the Bobs.
From Office Space. Yeah. That's a different movie.
Yeah.
Different time.
So they were told by this guy Sid, like, you guys got to change the name. But everybody that's on board, it's like, dude, no, we can't, you know. Spielberg gets involved. And he said, hey, thank you for the humorous joke, you know, the title and all that. You know, everybody got a laugh out of it. So, you know, we just wanted to say thanks for your humor. Basically, go fuck yourself. We're not changing it.
And he's thinking to himself, but man, I was serious about that.
Right.
How stupid would that shit have been? Not only is it a stupid title, just in general, it doesn't fit the movie at all.
It came out of the scene where in the barn when he goes back to 1955 in the kid's comic book.
He's got the
has
hazmat suit on.
And on the comic book, it actually says Spaceman something or another, like might be from Mars or whatever, some shit. But that's where it came from.
He says he's from the planet Vulcan.
Yeah. The idea for Back to the Future comes from Bob Gale. He had gone back home and he went through, like, he had a yearbook from his father and all that, and he ends up seeing that his father was like a class president. And at the time when Bob Gale was in school, he was like, you know, the anti-class president. Like, they didn't want that. He was against it.
Right.
So the idea was,
Dork.
wow, what if I went back in time? Would I be friends with my dad? Like, would we get along? And then, you know, the brainstorming starts going from there. And then it was like, oh, you know, what if, you know, my mom said, oh, I never did anything in school. And then you go back in time and you find out your mom was a whore. You know?
Right.
So that's where the movie started to come from. The ultimate story of this is the son trying to help his father become a better person. Like,
that's the moral of the story.
That's a big part of it. It's also a love story stuck in time.
If you went back in time, would you have been friends with your parents?
You know, I don't know, because I don't think really
I
know.
I don't think I would have. I don't know. I think my mom was probably a square.
Yeah.
Even though Huey tells us it's hip to be square.
Right.
I think she was not very hip, as the kids say.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. It's like, well,
I think I might have been friends with my dad. He was probably a little more rough around the edges, and in a different time period too. There's 13 years between my parents, and so my dad was born in 1936.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, if you think about it, that's when my dad was born. So he would have been in the early 1950s.
Right.
You know, in high school.
Maybe he actually met Marty McFly.
No, I don't think he did. You know.
I mean, it was a chance, but I guess not.
No, it's a different part of the country. That's the only thing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what your parents were like, but
well, and that's the thing. I hear more of my dad's stories. I don't hear my mom's really. You know, I don't. And it's weird just to think about it right now. Yeah, I don't really know any of her stories, honestly.
I'll tell you a few. I got a few. For a different episode.
So what do you got?
I wanted to focus on something different with Back to the Future. So I'm thinking like the possibility of time travel. There's a certain level of impossibilities that go along with time travel, or time travel paradox as they're called. And there's a few of them in this movie that sometimes you hear people talk about, but of the Back to the Future episodes I listened to, it was about the production. It was about Michael J. Fox going back and forth between Family Ties and this, and just the exhaustion that went along with it, and then the Eric Stoltz prior to the whole thing, who was the kid in Mask, if you saw Mask with Cher, which is a great movie.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
Rocky Dennis and all that shit.
My mom says I look like a lion.
Which, seeing that movie when I was younger, I was like, is it a mask? Is that his face? Like, what is with that actor?
Right,
I didn't, I, for some reason, I didn't realize.
Yeah, it was like based off of actual.
And maybe that's
story.
why my child brain was like, all right, that's the dude. Like, that's what he looks like. But no, that's prosthetic makeup.
Right.
But the actual dude he's portraying did kind of look, it was pretty close.
Yeah, no.
From
definitely.
what I understand. Cher did a fantastic job in that movie, and so did Eric Stoltz, and so did Sam Elliott there, right? That's the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gar.
That was his name?
Yeah, Gar. That's the only name I know out of the movie.
You know Rocky Dennis. Everybody knows that.
Well, yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so I don't know. But this
another-
episode...
I've watched that a few times, actually.
I've seen it a few times myself, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
Fucking sad.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah, that bothered me.
it's not like the family feel-good movie of the summer.
That bothered me when I watched it way back. Yeah.
One scene that sticks out, and it's been a long time, is that when he actually, a spoiler alert, people, when he actually dies,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
and Cher like flips out.
Yeah.
That scene really stuck with me, and I
That's
still,
right, that's what I'm saying. That's fucking wow.
right? Isn't that, yeah? And I still, and let me tell you, it has been at least, I'm going to say 25 years, maybe even more
Well,
since
we
I've seen that.
graduated 30 years ago, so.
I don't know if I've seen it since then, to be honest with you. So maybe it's been 30 years since I've seen that movie. And that scene still sticks in my head
Oh, yeah.
as just being a very powerful scene. So if you haven't
and then
seen...
she slapped him, too.
Yes.
Because he was all pissed off about her, like, whoring in a sense, and all that. And then she fucking slaps him like that, too. But, and then I think it was when because he got pissed after, like, she slapped him.
Yeah.
And then, he was in his room, like, I don't know, I think he cranked the music and stuff, like that teen, he was all pissed off and all that. And then not long after that, then he fucking was dead in his bed, I believe.
Yeah. I'm going to have to rewatch that movie. I
Right.
think.
It's been forever for me.
So anyways, that's Mask with Cher and Eric Stoltz. We went on a tangent, but Eric Stoltz is the original cast of Marty McFly.
Right.
They wanted Michael J. Fox. They couldn't get him. They shot the whole film with Eric Stoltz, or majority of the film, and finally they got Michael J. Fox. So they reshot. I'm sure they went. I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure they went way over budget with that shit.
Budget was $19 million.
Yeah.
Because of how the story was going to go, the time machine was not even a car. The time machine was actually going to be a chamber. And what they were going to do was
like a phone booth or something?
Well, it was supposed to be something like they go to the nuclear test site in whatever, where is that, like in New Mexico, something like that.
Nevada.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's what I said. So to do that, it was going to be too expensive. So they ended up changing it. It becomes a vehicle. They had more story they could do with it being a vehicle.
Yeah.
But then choosing the DeLorean, the open wing doors,
The gull wing doors.
yeah, it was like, well, this looks really spaceship like.
Plus, that car was stainless steel, anyways, and probably weighed a lot.
Yeah, and that's where that came into play. That car came in, and DeLorean at the time, I believe it was at the time, it wasn't doing well, or was tanking, or had tanked.
I don't think it was well received, anyways. It's just
No.
those doors aren't practical. I mean, you're not pulling into any parking space with those doors.
Right. And that car,
I mean, it looks cool.
yeah, that car, Michael J. Fox said it was a vehicle nightmare or some shit because all he did was get beat up on it. Sometimes the door wouldn't stay up. They had to, it was all tight and stuff in there. And for them to do like camera shots, they had to have a couple of them, and they had to cut sections of the car apart so they could have cameras in there. I guess Michael J. Fox was actually even driving it in scenes. And, the fucking acceleration sucked and all that. So it sounds like working with the car was a nightmare in this movie.
Really? So that's a car. That car in that movie was probably only a couple of years old, because I think those DMC-12s are like from 82, 83.
Yeah. Well, the head guy of DeLorean, I forgot what his name was, but ended up,
I think it's John DeLorean. I think
he sent a letter to, like Zemeckis and stuff, kind of saying, "Hey, thanks for kind of keeping my dream alive," in a sense. So they thought that was cool.
Because of the movie, the car is highly collectible now. People, look for those cars just because of the movie, more or less, and not because of that it's a DeLorean.
On the car, the big vents in the back.
Well, that's not part of the DeLorean, but yeah.
No. But, when they were putting it together to make it look like, this time machine, the car is nuclear powered. So with nuclear power plants, and they have the big fucking towers, that exhaust all the heat or whatever. That's why those are on there. And that's why when the car does come back while they're in the Twin Pine Mall, it blows it all out, because that technically is what would happen because it's nuclear powered.
You mean
but it only does it that one time in the movie. It doesn't do it anymore.
You mean to tell me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
I figured you'd do it with some style. Travel with style, or whatever he says.
So he shows up Marty goes to the fucking Twin Pines Mall, and Doc backs the car up out of the trailer,
Sounds good. I wonder if that's the actual sound of the car that was put in there.
Oh, the exhaust? Yeah, it does have
a nice sound.
It sounds great, yeah. It does have a nice little rumble. Yeah. And he backs it up, and he gets out. So I'm thinking, how did he get into the fucking car?
Yeah, you can't open the doors in there.
Because, so how did he get into the car? Because he had to get into the car, drive it into the trailer, and then somehow
get out too.
Close the trailer door and wait for Marty. While he's sitting in there, fuck, where's Marty? And then he hears fucking something going on outside, and then he's like, oh, he must be here. All right, here we go.
Yeah, who's opening that door?
Maybe he's got a clicker or something. It's like like a garage door. But you're not opening the doors to that car inside the trailer.
You know what? I totally missed that.
So how are you getting in?
Fucking missed that.
Shit. Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things. It looks great for the movie, but practically, there'd have to be a truck driver or something.
Well, that truck there, that's like a bread truck, or a UPS truck. You have access to go from the cab straight into the back of the truck.
Oh, is it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, because actually,
it's not a tractor trailer.
No. It's like a big old Entenmann's fucking truck that your father would have drove.
That you can fit a car into?
Well, maybe they made this one a little bit different. But yeah, it is one of those big, like, fucking UPS type trucks.
Either way, you're not opening those doors. So when you're inside the car, you got in the car while it was out of the truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So somebody drove you there. Or the window was down and you climbed over all sorts of shit to get in it. and then put the window up and backed out and then opened the door.
I couldn't figure out the windows because it has the black, like, was it down permanently or was there like a black bar halfway across? What's with the windows on that?
I don't know. I really don't know. No idea.
Take a look. You know what I'm talking about or no?
Yeah. No, I
Like,
get
is it halfway down permanently? Like, I never could figure out what's up with the windows on that DeLorean.
Yeah, I can't picture it. Can't picture it off the top of my head, and
It's
I'm
just
not
weird. It
pulling
looks
a
like it's
picture up.
yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
That was another thing that bugged me. I mean, nothing about the movie bugs me. It's just it's one of those movies that you've seen so many times that you just
that it's fair enough to nitpick.
well that and you notice these things.
Right.
One of my
what? Oh yeah, no, go ahead because
well.
I have a couple things, nothing bad that I just noticed. There is one thing that is off, and we'll get to it.
Maybe that's one of my paradoxes. So I have a couple here that I wanted to bring up about the sort of plot holes or ripples in the timeline, if you will.
Okay, interesting.
But what I was saying is about noticing things in movies. One of my favorite action movies of all time is Commando.
RoboCop.
Oh, RoboCop's awesome, but it's Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
When's that? That might be 85 as well.
No, 87.
Oh, is it?
It all came out in 87. Yeah, that one came out then too.
Commando? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm thinking Predator. My bad. Yeah.
I'm talking Commando.
Commando.
Bro.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. That was actually the reason why I watched that movie.
Watch it. Have you seen it? Watch it now. She's a little girl. She looked like she was like you watch it now and you're like, oh my God, that's a little girl.
Right.
But at the time, you know,
The same age.
you're also a little boy. Anyways, but there's so many mistakes in that movie. Like visible strings on the screen, and you know, there's so many mistakes. Like the van is supposed to be broken, but you can see the smoke coming out of the exhaust. It's like, how does it start? It didn't start, but it started.
Right.
You know, just things like that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But I love that movie, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you just notice these things by watching it a million times. You know?
Man, fucking Commando. I saw that once, twice. I liked it. But...
It's one of those movies that we had on VHS, and I think we recorded it. No, we definitely recorded it off of HBO. 100% recorded it off of HBO, and I watched it to death because I remember the HBO announcer. He'd come on in between movies, and he was like, and this was on the VHS tape, he was like, hold on to your howitzers, because Arnold Schwarzenegger starring in Commando. And I had no idea what a howitzer was, but it's a weapon. But that was the announcement, and that's why I remember. So it was recorded off of HBO, but that's a movie that has a ton of mistakes.
Yeah, there are a lot of movies where, you know, the fucking passenger side of the car is fucking sideswiped. And then in another scene, the car goes by and it's like, wow, that's pristine.
That's Commando.
Fucking banged up again.
That's Commando.
Right.
The yellow Porsche they were driving was the.
Oh my God! Yes, I do.
I
do know that.
They crashed the Porsche and it went up on its side and they were like this.
Yes.
They get out the thing.
I remember that.
You know, and Arnold Schwarzenegger pushes it down. And then they get in and drive off, and there's not a scratch on the car.
That's I do fucking remember that. Holy shit! Yep.
Not a scratch on the fuck. It was all busted up, but now, perfect.
Yeah.
So
that I fucking do remember.
What I don't know is if it's a time constraint. If they're like, get it out, get the movie out, or if there's people editing that are just like, you know what, fuck it. Or they don't even see it.
Know. Right. They might not even realize that.
Aren't people like, isn't that their job to like look for that shit? I don't know. Like when he picks up Sully and holds him over the cliff and he's like, remember when I told you I'd kill you last? And he's like, that's right, Matrix, you did. I lied. You could see the bungee cord or whatever it is holding him up. Because I don't care how strong Arnold Schwarzenegger is, you're not holding somebody by their leg with one arm. You're just not doing it. Because there was a cord holding him.
Right.
which is plainly visible.
I used to like watching movies and stuff or seeing that, and when I was younger and I had noticed, like, oh my God, you see the cord? You see the cable? Like,
You see the
or
string?
see the
Yeah.
string? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was always like, holy shit, that's so cool. I saw like this mistake, you know?
Yeah.
I remember that a lot.
So not that I don't think Back to the Future has any mistakes like that. Not that I know of, but it's got it's got some time paradoxes, which we can get into.
Yeah. What do you have?
Well, the first one is if you're a sci-fi geek and you're interested in the subject of time travel, most people know about the grandfather paradox, which is what, in simple terms, okay, if you go back in time to kill your grandfather and you kill him, well, that means that you have erased your own existence because he gave birth to your father or mother, who then gave birth to you. So by killing your grandfather, you killed yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So if you don't exist, well, then you can't go back to kill your grandfather. Do you know what I mean? That's a paradox.
So
That is a self-erasing paradox. Or an existence paradox, it's called.
but that's where
Do you follow
the
it?
space-time continuum skews off into that alternate 1985.
Except there would be two people at the same time. But
So-
in the case of Back to the Future, Marty prevents his parents from meeting, causing his own existence to start fading away. You know what I mean? Like, remember in the picture?
Yeah.
When they all start fading.
Yeah.
So if that continues on, Marty will never be born.
Right.
Meaning he can't go back in time to stop their meeting. But if he doesn't go back, they do meet and he is born. So then he does go back. You really got to think about it. You can't for anyone listeners, I hope maybe you might want to blaze up or something right now to really try to figure this
Well,
out.
so how I'm looking at it is this. If you travel back in time, I'll say it this way. Every minute of life is happening all at the same time. From 100 years ago to 10 years ago to yesterday. All those minutes are live right now. So that's how I'm looking at it. So my grandfather is alive right now. That's how I'm here. You go back and do it, kill the grandfather. The moment you do that, you should just disappear from existence. And with that happening, I also started thinking today, the butterfly effect, that movie, that's another good movie.
That's a good movie.
So
but
that's where, so as soon as you do that, you should be dead too. You should, boom, not exist anymore. Because at the moment, your grandfather is still alive in the past and you're alive today. That's why you're here. But when you go back and eliminate it, you're eliminated too. So you're killing your grandfather, your father, and yourself.
Right.
That's how I'm seeing it and thinking.
Right.
So did I just smash the code to shit? Now the whole world's fucked up?
No. It's still a paradox. It's still an endless loop. Do you know what I mean? Because if you kill your grandfather, then you are never born. Do you know what I
But
mean?
he wasn't killed yet. That time period existed, and you go back to that time period while he was still living. So you are still born.
Right.
But that alters
But
time after.
But it's time is it's a steady line. So that means if you kill him, you're never born. But
Right, so that's
if
where
you
I say
if
you're
you
dead,
do
you're
if you
gone.
do go back, that means you have been born. Do you see? It'll fuck with your head. So that means you didn't kill him.
All right, so this might come into play then, a thing that I noticed in the movie.
Now the whole butterfly effect thing that you're talking about, that's a different type of paradox, which is also present in this movie, and I'll get to that in a bit.
When Marty is out and about in 1985 by the clock tower, all that stuff.
All right.
In the very beginning of the movie, when he skates into town, the van pulls out of the parking lot. Re-elect Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm with you.
How? Because Marty didn't go back to 55 yet to give Goldie Wilson the idea to run for mayor. So it's already saying re-elect him as mayor, and he hadn't even gone there yet to put the idea in his head moving forward.
But he goes there. Do you know what I mean? So,
Well,
at the time that you're seeing Marty, 1955 has already happened with Marty. It happened 30 years prior. That's how.
That's what's odd. It was like, but you're seeing him.
It's a
today.
it's a singular timeline. You know, it's just time is persistent. So even though Marty in 1985 doesn't have the knowledge of going back because he hadn't technically done it yet himself, 1955 already happened, and Marty has already made his mark on 1955. This is why these things could never really happen. You know what I mean? So going forward with that concept, that is called like a recognition paradox.
Yeah.
So at the end of the movie, that's a good example with Goldie Wilson. Marty has already been in the past. It just hasn't happened in the movie yet.
Okay.
But George and Lorraine, Marty's parents, they remember the guy that helped them fall in love, Calvin Klein.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't remember at all what he looked like, and don't put two and two together that he looks exactly like their son.
Right.
So how did they not remember what he looked like? But they remember that he was a guy that got them together. You know? It's just a little weird that they should immediately see that he's grown into this guy.
Yeah.
Who looks exactly like the guy that got them together.
Right.
So that's a recognition paradox. That's an end of the movie thing. It's a logical thing, like the Goldie Wilson, as opposed to like a time-based one. Because you would think to yourself, wouldn't they, like, all this has just happened, because as the viewer you're watching at the end of the movie, all this has just happened. Wouldn't they recognize him? You know?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know, she kissed him in the car. You know? She wouldn't remember.
Kissing my brother.
Yeah, it's like I'm kissing my brother. But it's like, she wouldn't know that she would know. So, I mean, that's just for the sake of the plot of the movie, really. But
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. She would recognize him. Or the fact that his name is Calvin Klein, and now it's obviously a well-known name in 1985. Not so in 55.
Yeah.
You know?
In the very beginning of the movie, Marty shows up to Doc's garage, his lab. He comes in, and all the clocks that are going, so they all are set at 7:53.
I'm late for school.
Right.
Yeah.
So all the clocks are at 7:53. In there is one clock that actually is like, it's like a metal, like almost like a pewter type clock. And it's a building and has the clock face on it, and there's a guy hanging off of like the big hand.
Oh, yeah. I think
And I
heard
was like,
something
holy
about that.
shit. Like, wow. The way I was watching it, I was starting to like look in the scenes of the movie.
Right.
So, you know, aside from everything's at 7:53, there is that. And then there's a clock that turns on the TV just before the TV comes on, and it says about the plutonium fucking missing and all that shit. There's a little teeny black clock, and it flips the switch to turn the TV on, almost like the alarm goes off on it. Because you have the other one that does the Calcan and all that shit.
Calcan.
Yeah. That was the one that had the little blue pill that would go through the lid of the fucking can, I think, in the commercials.
Yeah. I think so.
This clock is the only one that is not at 7:53. And it's also the only clock that has 10 numbers on it, and it's reversed. And the 10 is in the 12 position, and then it goes 10, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 would be at the 11 o'clock position, and 2 is at 10. It's really weird. This thing is set up backwards.
I never noticed that. I got to take a look at that.
So it's the only clock in all of them that's different. The numbers are reversed, and it only goes at 10, but the hands are in the position of 5 after 2 or some shit. Really the oddest clock in there. So that I really started to look at things in scenes, and I came across that, and then it was about Marty, and it's funny because he goes back to the year 1955. 1955, by the Academy Award, the best picture was the movie Marty with Ernest Borgnine. So it's like, oh, that's
really?
kind of funny. But there was it was just
I didn't know that.
It was just coincidence. It wasn't, oh, let's name him that because of that movie. It was just coincidental. They were looking for just easy name, quick name to say. That's how they, Bob Gale and Zemeckis came up with his name.
Marty McFly.
Quick. Yep.
Think, McFly. Think.
I did not know that Crispin Glover was replaced later.
Yeah, he didn't make it into the second one.
Yeah, I did not realize it, but that other
I
guy
actually,
looked
what's funny is
close.
I saw him commenting about it, I think, recently. Maybe it was an old video. I don't remember. Man, I don't remember what he said. I don't know if he was pissed. Was he impossible to work with? I didn't really look into it more.
So
Jennifer, too, was replaced.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I thought the first girl was better looking, personally.
Oh, shit.
Because then it was, Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah, sorry.
Right. So, but no, Glover was, it almost sounded like he was acting bigger than he actually was. No, the character should do this. And, he said something about whatever fucking scene, I forgot what it was, that his hair should be fucking straight up in the air. And I'm like, fucking no, that's not how it's going to be. And I think, listen, either Zemeckis or Gale said something about not really liking when actors kind of do improv or go off on their own or redo the scene. They weren't into that.
Well,
and that's kind of what Glover was trying to do in a lot of it. And I was like, nope, it's not. That's not how it's going to be. It's like this. So after
he was
that,
tough to work with then.
Yeah, he was done.
That's too bad. The second one is great, too. I love the second one. This episode is for the first one because of November 5th, 1955. But the second one is really good, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, like I said, I got a lot of stuff here. Things that I kind of found just interesting. When he's late for school. First off, what's the guitar? What is that guitar? Is it anything?
Yeah, it's I forgot what the name of it was, but it actually had, I think it was like a travel guitar that has a speaker built into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can play that guitar without an amp and have it.
Right.
I don't remember what it was called. I knew at one point what it was called, but it's not something that would have been sought after. Not by me.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. Here it is, and he was turning up all the amp and this and that. And then I remember even back then when I first saw it, all of a sudden it's like he's pulling up all the dials, he's pulling up all the fucking knobs, getting all the volumes up, and then it backs out, and I'm like, what is this fucking guitar?
I think that's why it's hilarious, because I think that's what they're going for. Because the thing is like the size of a fucking violin, you know?
Yeah.
And he's got this massive speaker. He's all these dials and shit like that. Yeah. And he's got this little tiny guitar.
Yeah. It's just like, what the hell is that fucking thing?
And it sends him flying.
Yeah. But yeah, when he leaves on the skateboard, because, damn, I'm late for school.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
He goes out. That Burger King still exists to this day.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
He goes out and he grabs a hold of the back end of a blue Ford Ranger pickup truck. And then when he's downtown, he grabs the back end of a blue Jeep Wrangler. And I don't know why I just picked up on it, like Blue Ranger, Blue Wrangler. Just was kind of funny. And then later he hooks up with the cop car and all that.
Right.
But
You think that was on purpose, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. It's just I thought it was kind of funny. All the ad placements in there. The dude driving first off the Burger King all over the place.
Well, I think that was, who knows if that was in the original shot, because they used up a good amount of their budget money with Eric Stoltz. So maybe they were like...
And I wonder because, movies must do that. It's like, hey, in a sense, I'm not going to say free advertisement, but you're blatantly putting it there. Like the guy driving the Jeep, he's got a Mountain Dew hat. It could have just been a regular hat. He has a Mountain Dew ball.
Well, it's on purpose, but I think it's paid for by Pepsi Company or whoever.
Yeah, right, and it's got to be, So
and they might be. I don't actually know how that works. I don't know if, like, Bob Zemeckis approached them and said, "Hey, you want to ad time or whatever product placement," or Pepsi called up and said, "Hey, I'd like to get in on that." I don't know how that works.
Right? Yeah. It's got.
It's obviously blatant. It's an ad.
Yeah. Right.
Well, you can see that. Actually, I love that type of shit in movies, especially older movies, because I like the old, what I do when I watch movies that are like from the 80s and the 70s. I always look at like what's on the shelf in the background, or if they show a kitchen, like what do they have?
Yep.
As far as like old labels and like in the Lost Boys, there's a box of the grandfather. No, he has a box of boppers on his counter.
Yeah.
Nobody but me remembers fucking boppers, and the Lost Boys is the only confirmation that I have that they actually existed. Well, you can Google them.
Yeah.
But they were like...
What the hell was that?
They were kind of... I don't want to say candy bar, because it's not a Snickers, but it's kind of like... It was kind of like a chocolatey thing, but it had... On the outside, it had like... It was cylindrical, and it had like Rice Krispies on it, and you bit it, and inside there would be like peanut butter, and... I just remember them being fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And
that sounds familiar.
Nobody remembers them. You can see them if you Google it.
Yeah.
But they are in the Lost Boys on the shelf or on the countertop or somewhere in there in the grandfather's kitchen. So that's my confirmation that they were a thing, and I used to love them. I loved them.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I do when I watch movies. I always look for what product I can see. I just like I don't know, I like that shit. It's an immersive thing for me.
In putting this movie together, they wanted Marty McFly to invent rock and roll. So that's why they also went to 1955. And he was to invent rock and roll and also skateboarding. He kind of invents skateboarding. So he was a skateboarder, which actually Marty McFly actually was a skateboarder too. And when he rips the fucking crate off the kid's fucking thing and used it as a skateboard, all that. So
what's that thing he's on?
Right. So he was kind of, when he goes back, like he also creates these things, which then I started thinking of, Forrest Gump. All of a sudden Forrest Gump was doing, all these things came, had that fucking face and it's like mud or something like that. And he wipes his face with the shirt and he goes, Oh, this is shit. And then he goes, it happens. Shit happens.
What does? Shit? Sometimes.
Yeah. So
He wipes it. That's a different scene. That's the same running scene, but he steps in the shit. Shit happens. But then when he wipes his face, there's like a smile.
Or have a nice day. Yeah,
have a nice day.
Right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. But when they were trying to put scenes together and how it goes, what?
Forrest Gump. That's a movie I saw in the theater, probably 3 times. I want to say.
Yeah, that one was definitely good too, for sure.
1994.
Oh, where did I write it?
Where did I write it?
Yeah, hang on, I gotta find it.
Should we whisper? Oh, I forgot to do that. I wanted to do that. Welcome to the Flannel Tribe podcast.
Thanks.
People are into this type of shit now.
Yeah. Tune in. It's gonna be great. It's Back to the Future.
We're just gonna whisper the rest of the episode. What do you think about that?
My balls hurt.
Slap your dick against your phone right now. I'm not going to do that. I want to slap my own face now.
So this is going to be used as the clip, the teaser clip. Yeah. I think so. I really think so. Oh, my God.
So go with your rock and roll thing, because I have a paradox about that.
Oh, it was also to show age in the difference that his parents were actually from 1955, like they were around then. So they gave Marty like the older siblings and everything. So I guess to prove that the parents were that old, I guess they were from then. But you know what? Sitting there thinking about it, it was 30 years prior. So 1955 was 30 years prior. Today, that's nothing. I can't believe how close we were in 85 in our actual lives. How really close we were to 1955. But it was like that was 100 years ago.
It goes back to, I think, our first episode when I said those decades have their own separate identities. After 2001, I feel like 9/11 was the stopping point. That's it. I feel like everything has been just same old ever since. Nothing is I don't know. So that's why it seems like a significant amount of time. It's because each decade had its own identity. You don't pull up a picture from the 50s and say, I think that's the 70s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, you know it's the 50s. You can tell by the way it looks, But pull up a picture from 2010. What's the difference between that and 2025? I don't know. You can't tell.
Yeah, not much. No.
So that's why I think it seemed like a significant difference. That's just a theory. I might be wrong. I don't know. It might be. Some people think I'm a pessimist for that, but I don't think. I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah. No. I get it. I definitely get it.
Well, continuing with your birth of rock and roll. So Marty plays Johnny B. Good at his high school.
Yeah.
All right. Chuck's cousin Marvin Berry, holds the phone up. Yeah, he's on the phone. I'm going to say he holds his phone up. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. He's on an actual phone with a wire. Remember those?
Yeah, called landlines now.
Right. Landline.
Yeah, then it was a telephone.
Then it was just a telephone, yeah. Anyways, this is your cousin Marvin Berry. You know that new sound you're looking for? Listen. So he's implying that Chuck Berry got the idea to make Johnny B. Good by hearing Marty McFly play it. But to Marty's knowledge, that is an already existing Chuck Berry song.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and he's doing Chuck's moves on the floor and all that shit.
Where did it come from then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it didn't come from Marty thinks it came from Chuck. But now Chuck is hearing it for the first time and writes it because of Marty.
Oh, you know what? Just calm down. It's a fucking movie. Relax.
Those are time travel paradoxes.
Yeah.
And I those type of things fascinate me. I think it's awesome, you know. Oh, that was me. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit my microphone with my dick.
Twice.
Right, I got excited because of all the paradoxes.
Oh, man.
There's one here that is kind of like your butterfly effect thing. If you want to go in on that a little more.
What do you got?
Well, and I'm sure you may not have noticed it on the first viewing, but you did notice it at some point that with the Twin Pines Mall.
Oh, yeah, where he smashed it and drove over it.
It hits the tree, and then later in the movie, it's called the Lone Pine Mall.
Yes.
Yeah. He knocks down one of the trees.
That should just have been Lone Pine Mall already.
He knocks down one of the trees in 1955.
Yeah.
And the Twin Pines Mall becomes the Lone Pine Mall in 1985. So, the problem with that is that Marty remembers a version of reality, Twin Pines, that no longer exists. So his memory comes from a timeline that's been erased. You know what I mean? He erased that thing from existing.
Yeah. You're starting to ruin the movie for me.
Again, to his knowledge, he remembers, so it should just erase his brain.
Yeah. I got that. Going back with the other stuff, yes.
So it's an indication on how the past can instantly rewrite the future because of one simple thing, aka the butterfly effect. You know, and I'll hit you with one more.
Oh, that too. Yeah. What?
Here's what
Hit
I had.
me.
Yeah, here's what I had with this one, and this one is the one you might have to think about a bit. But this is called an information loop, aka a bootstrap paradox.
Okay.
So Marty writes Doc a letter in 1955 telling him that he's going to be shot in 1985 on such and such a date.
Yes.
Right? So
On
Doc,
the night I go back.
on the night I go back. No, you know. So Doc decides to read it. We know how it ends. He decides to read it. He wears a bulletproof vest, and he survives because he read Marty's letter. Right? So if Doc doesn't die, so Doc never dies, then Marty never witnesses the shooting. You know? Because he was still in 1955. Do you know what I mean? Remember? And then he comes up over the hill. So if Doc never dies, Marty never witnesses the shooting, meaning he'd never have written the warning letter in the first place. If he doesn't write the letter, Doc dies. Right? So what's he do? He writes the letter. And Doc survives.
Yeah.
But if Doc survives, Marty won't write the letter. But if he doesn't write the letter, Doc dies.
That's starting to sound like noise. Doc dies.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That's called the bootstrap paradox.
Yeah.
And that is just another, it's not a plot hole. It's just something that happens with regards to time travel. It's why, theoretically, time travel is possible. But we won't achieve it, at least not in any near future or distant future that I can think of. If you can manage to travel faster than the speed of light or at light speed, you can potentially go back in time by seconds, maybe minutes, nothing like 30 years. But we can't achieve light speed. So you're stuck right here in good old 1985. I mean 2025.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. So wait, I just wanted to say I found those paradoxes to be more interesting than rehashing the background of the movie.
Yeah.
And at least for me, I like that type of shit because it gets your mind working. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, how's that even a thing, you know? And I don't know, it just gets your mind working.
Yeah.
What happens if you go back and you save Jesus and prevent him from being crucified?
You ever see Jesus getting his nails done?
Not without a DeLorean.
Yeah, it's
Like you can't do that. If you manage to go back in time, you can't fuck with anything. Don't touch nothing. You'll have to watch
well.
him.
That's what Doc said.
You'll have to watch Jesus go through all that shit and get crucified if you want to go back there and see that shit. It's not happening, you know.
Doc Brown, or Christopher Lloyd, at first they were thinking of him being a professor instead of Doc or doctor, and
Professor Brown.
What was that? Yeah, and it's like no. Oh, and then when they put Christopher Lloyd in there, he's a lot taller than Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, most people
So-
are a lot taller than Michael J. Fox.
So they kind of had him, or he kind of did it himself, Christopher Lloyd. I heard it, and while I was watching it, I didn't really notice it, but Christopher Lloyd kind of like slouches a little bit so they can pin the scenes together instead of, backed out so it can work up close.
Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd kind of created the character, obviously as a mix of Einstein and Leopold. What the fuck is his last name? Leopold Tchaikovsky.
You know that guy?
He's referenced in the Bugs Bunny cartoon. Leopold. When the guy comes out to sing, and he's like, la 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 la, and then he pulls his hand out of the glove, but the Bugs Bunny's glove is still in the air, it's going like this, and the fucking singer is like holding that note because Leopold is actually like the conductor of him. Yeah, Leopold Tchaikovsky.
That's not the one where he goes with Daffy Duck and they're going nuts. Fucking.
No.
You know?
Oh, yeah. No, it's some concert with this big like Pavarotti type guy. And then Bugs Bunny comes out and he's got that like white wig. He comes out and they're all
fucking.
everybody's like Leopold.
I don't remember that. I don't know what the fuck that is, to be honest with you. I don't remember.
Yeah. That's so anyway, so that's where Doc Brown character comes from, a mix of those two. Obviously Einstein, and then Leopold Tchaikovsky.
You mean the conductor? The composer? Tchaikovsky? No, what? No, that's not Leopold's. Not his first fucking name. Never mind. Edit that out.
Yeah, I will. Some stupid little thing that I also noticed, and it was so extravagant, and I always thought it was funny. When it gets to the point we have to send Marty back to the future, Doc makes this whole fucking miniature downtown just so he could drive this car, so he can explain how it's going to work, right?
It's highly detailed. It's great looking, too.
One of the buildings is like a metal toolbox painted like that almond color that's used on everything there. I never even noticed that. I'm looking at all these like buildings made out of, like wood or something like that. And there's this one, it's an actual fucking toolbox with a fucking handle on top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never noticed that before.
I love that little car, and it catches on fire, and he's like,
Yeah. So the car hits the floor and then fucking goes across the floor of the garage, basically, and then hits the fucking pile of rags and blows into, catches on fire. But when the car hits the floor, in that garage, on that floor, you can see that there was stuff that was spray painted. So if you put a box on the floor, like say a metal box on the garage floor,
All right, then.
you spray paint it, the overspray or the outline is on the concrete now. So whatever garage they used, that was on the floor. And I said, wow, I never noticed that. Spray paint, overspray. Did they have spray paint then?
Did you look it up?
So I looked it up.
Huh.
I found it fucking interesting.
Good thinking.
Yes. So back in 1949, Edward Seymour had come up with spray paint. And it was supposed to be a nice, clean, and smooth finish for painting radiators. The concept dates back to, and this I thought was fucking crazy, dates back to 1790 for spray paint.
So someone in 1790 said, hey, you know, it'd be great if I can fucking spray this thing instead of using this brush.
Yep. And modern patented version was done in 1927. So spray paint would have been around in 1955.
There you go.
Never knew it. Also, when Marty goes through the boxes and stuff after he gets blown by the amp, there are a couple boxes in there to say Krylon, but that's in 85. But apparently, Krylon could go back quite a ways because Krylon is big spray paint.
Oh yeah, I don't do much graffiti
Yeah, no.
anymore. I hit
the Mr. Fusion on the car at the end.
at the end. Yeah,
It's only used there. It's never used again in the other movies.
is that right?
Because apparently they could have fucking started this nuclear reactor in this car could have been started by, recycling your food.
Trash.
Yeah, it was only done then.
There's a couple of, if you want to get, there's a couple of big paradox. I remember reading about it, about the sports almanac from part 2 that Biff takes.
Yeah.
There's some paradoxes associated with that too, but I don't know them offhand. But this episode is about part 1. But there's a few things. Anytime you got time travel movies, there's always going to be something. I think a fascinating one is Interstellar. Have you ever seen Interstellar?
I don't think so.
What a fantastic.
Who was in that?
Matthew McConaughey.
No, that's not what I was thinking then. But no, I didn't see that.
You gotta
Not watch it.
well, I don't know. It depends how much into science fiction you are, but it's a great movie. It's really good.
When the DeLorean comes back at the Twin Pines Mall, Doc goes open the door to let out Einstein. The car's covered in fucking ice, and I do like when he touches it because it's so fucking cold. And Marty's like, "What? What's it hot?" It's covered in ice.
Yeah.
It's the only time the car is covered in ice. Never any other time when it travels is
Right.
there ever ice on it.
True. Why was it covered in ice?
I don't know.
No, they just probably thought it'd be
Just for the effect of, wow, this thing went like, what a change. It's covered in fucking ice.
In that opening scene, what did he do? He sent Einstein into the future
Yeah.
by a couple minutes.
Right. So the way that scene worked.
So he didn't have to send him back because he just appeared.
Right.
Because they just let the time go by,
Yeah.
which was only a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's right.
So as the car was traveling through the parking lot and disappeared, it disappeared because they weren't in that minute yet. And then it appeared because they were now in that minute. So
Yeah, because
technically the car was still just driving.
They sent him ahead 2 minutes or whatever into the future.
In just that minute travel, the car was covered in fucking 3 inches of ice. Only time.
Yeah, but it didn't get covered in ice when it came from 55 back to 85.
Oh no, that thing would have been a fucking glacier.
So that was, and then all the upgrades to the car and the flying and all that shit. That was supposed to be it. They had no intentions on a sequel. That was it. That was the end of the movie, and so it just ended. And then the to be continued was added on the VHS when they decided that they're going to be doing sequels.
You know, when people started to watch a movie in the theaters, Marty comes home and sees the family and stuff. People thought the movie was over. And it's like, oh, well, here's the happy ending. It's all, like, done. That's it, the family thing. They were leaving, like, before the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Not realizing, whoa, wait a minute. And then fucking Doc shows up. It's like, Marty. You know?
What happens to us in the future? We become assholes or something?
Dude, that's like the only swear in the whole fucking movie.
What is it? Is it PG-13, that movie? I think it is.
Well, let me get the DVD box behind me.
Maybe it's PG. Like, what in there would be PG-13? Is that Bob Dylan? Like, what is that? Who's that?
Bob Dylan? Oh, that's
Who's
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh.
This whole thing is PG, it says.
All right, well.
So all three movies fall under PG.
Yeah. So they kept it clean.
They kept it PG.
Except for the making out with your mom part.
Dude, fucking Leah Thompson. She's hot. She's hot.
In 1985? You liked her when she was done up as Marty's mom in 1985.
No, I liked her in 1955. She was hot, dude. I mean, she's definitely cute anyway, but yeah, then, oh yeah, no, she was hot.
Yeah.
Do you know in that scene when they're in the car, in the old car, and he takes a swig,
right?
When he's like, you drink too. It was supposed to not be alcohol, and Fox didn't realize that they actually put alcohol in there. So all the more when he fucking spits it out because he didn't realize, and he goes to drink it and do the scene, and also it was like,
it's actual booze.
Yeah, and he didn't expect that.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off her.
Dude, there's so many lines. So, a couple other things that I did see in the background. First, when they go the clock tower, that's Universal lot. That's the back lot. They use that in so many things. What I really thought was interesting, talking about time travel and so on, I'm a big fan of the original Twilight Zone series. The very first episode of the Twilight Zone, called Where Is Everybody, takes place right there with the clock tower and everything.
Right in Hill Valley.
It's so crazy. And obviously I saw Back to the Future first, and I've known of Twilight Zone episodes and seen some here and there. Once I had gotten they had a definitive DVD collection of all the episodes, and I start to watch the first one, I go, oh my God, this is crazy. It's the same fucking set. And the first Twilight Zone episode was done right there. And then...
When is the first episode of Twilight Zone? When did that come out?
64, I think. But, yeah, it was so weird to see it back then in black and white. It's like, it really cool to see. There was also, he ends up going to the school because he's late. And he starts to go up the steps. Jennifer's coming out, which... I don't know why. Why are you leaving the school? She comes out and she goes like, oh, like, don't go here. Like, because Strickland's looking. And then you guys just don't go to school.
No, so they do go. They go
They
in.
come back down the stairs.
That's when Strickland finds him.
All right.
And you get the whole slacker scene.
Yeah. So when they come walking out and they go down the front steps, there's graffiti and stuff all over the front, like pillars and stairway and all that stuff. So I was watching the DVD and I paused it to see what's written on there. And I find gibberish writing. Doesn't make sense. So there's one that says Bobby, and then it says Tammy, almost like Bobby plus Tammy or loves Tammy or something like that. The middle word, Bobby, then something in Tammy, it looks like it says Con. I don't know. It's weird. Then the coolest thing I thought was...
Con is with in Spanish.
Oh, all right. It's hard to tell. It looks like it.
But
It's hard to tell for me.
Did you ever see the scene where where Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd do that? They're looking at his parents in the class, and Michael J. Fox does it in like a Spanish Mexican. He does it in like a Mexican accent.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that shit cracks me up so
Cheech
much.
and Chong.
Yeah.
The fucking coolest thing I thought that I saw. So after they come down, they're just about out of the scene, and the way the stairs come down, the railing, and all. It's all like concrete. There's writing on there. First, it's like HVHS sucks. Hill Valley High School sucks.
Hill Valley High School, yeah.
But there's another thing on there. OZY space wizard. And I go, is that supposed to be like Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, like
What if
and
it's
then
what is
Wizard
that?
from Black Sabbath?
What if it's Wizard of Oz?
It was just so weird. It's OZY, and then it's a space, and then it says Wizard. So it's almost like, hey, just throw stuff up on there to make it look it. And there was stuff that just was written on it like weren't even words. It was weird. But that I thought was like, is that supposed to be like Ozzy, like Blizzard of Oz, like, something like that? You won't notice it unless you pause it on the scene.
It looks like there's numerous connections between Back to the Future and the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah?
In fact, according to this, Marty actually says there's no place like home.
Is that in the scene where he wakes up in 1955 where he's in the bedroom, his mother's bedroom?
Marty says
Or she says it.
Marty says it to Doc,
Yeah?
according to this. And I just looked it up real quick. I Googled OZI Wizard Back to the Future.
Yeah. OZY.
OZY, yeah.
All right.
It didn't recognize that, but you know how it gives you the AI overview now. It says it could be in reference to all the references of the Wizard of Oz in Back to the Future, and it listed them, including him waking up in a similar way. Dorothy wakes up in Kansas back in 1955, but he says there's no place like home. So maybe that somehow some was related to the Wizard of Oz.
Wow. Did not even pick up on that one.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, okay. So this was not in the. I guess it was cut, but there was a scene of Doc Brown humming and playing "If I Only Had a Brain" on the piano.
Wonder if that's in this DVD collection. Because
Yeah.
it has like all the cut scenes and all that.
Interesting. I have an actual picture of what you just described. Yeah. Here, somebody wrote smegma.
Oh, yeah. Smegma is on
Live
there.
fast. I see the OZY. Looks like maybe a Z has been scratched out or something, because there's a little space between the O and the first Z. Bob definitely says con.
Yeah. So looking that up, so I'm like, all right, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. Who were their significant others?
So Bob in this question, Bob and Tammy.
Yeah.
Bob is Robert Wyden, and known as Dangerous Bob, and he's the one that did all of that graffiti. He was the associate prop master.
Well, after they end up getting out of the school and Marty's walking with Jennifer and they get in front of the clock tower, when they start walking through that parking lot, there's a green, like, Datsun.
Oh, wait. Oh, the OZY Wizard could... It's not proven, but it could mean Ozzie Smith of the St. Louis Cardinals. His nickname was the Wizard.
Yeah, who knows? Who would have thought all this shit? So there's this green, like, Datsun car, and they walk behind it before Marty sees the black Toyota truck show up. Check out that 4x4, Just before that, the license plate on the green Datsun says For Mary, F-O-R, and then it's Mary. And that was, it was Bob Gale's wife at the time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was like, no shit. Never realized, like there was something on license plate, looking. But this time around when I watched it, I was really focused on the scenes, Yeah, it's a great movie. Huey Lewis is in there.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud. Next, please.
That it's one of the best movies. It defined a decade. It defined a generation. It transcends time. No pun intended, or pun intended.
Yeah. Dork here thinks he's gonna drown. I fucking say that a million times a summer.
What's with
or into the
preserve?
fall when somebody shows up with a vest. This movie, the budget was $19 million. Box office, $388.8 million.
So I think it did pretty well.
Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think with flies.
That's huge numbers
That's
for
stupid.
and you know what's funny about it is take a look, and I didn't think about this because I didn't think we were going to get into it, otherwise I would have, but take a look at the summer of 1985 and check out what movies came out that year, and I guarantee that the majority of them are incredible. I'm talking about summer releases 1985. Because summer is a big time for movies. And this came out, and Back to the Future came out, July 3rd?
Yep.
So, yeah, the quotable lines when he says, and I still say it, just give me a Pepsi free.
Yeah.
And this is a Pepsi free from I think this is from 83.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Unopened.
Yeah.
And it was bought at a Goodwill
Yeah.
by me. I didn't buy it in 1983. But if you want, we can drink this live on the air next episode. No, I'm not going to drink it or open it. But he says, just give me a Pepsi free. I'll give you a Pepsi, pal, but you're going to pay for it.
Well, can I have a tab?
Just give me something without any caffeine. So the free meant no caffeine, caffeine free.
There's a can.
But also, take a look at this 16 ounces.
Yeah.
That our bottles currently are 16.9 ounces.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you could tell on the thing, but this is a big fucking bottle.
Yeah, it's got that swirl to it.
Yeah. Like this, this has to be a foot.
Size of my dick.
Let me see this for a second. Hold on. All right, yeah, it's almost as big as But yeah, so it's because of Back to the Future. Yeah, that I have a Pepsi free. I don't remember ever drinking this shit, but I don't think I was drinking soda.
But you know what? When he wakes up to hurry up, like, Marty, you didn't sleep, did you? And he wakes up, because he's on his bed in that weird, awkward position because he has to go down to the Twin Pines Mall with the camera and stuff. He's got his arm jacked around his back. He's laying there in his clothes on.
Who are we talking? Oh, in the end?
No, in the beginning, where he calls him to come down to the mall.
Oh, yeah.
To meet. And it's like, he's in this fucking position. He's got his arm like around his back. And every time I see it, I'm like, dude, that is not comfortable. But on his headboard, there is a Diet Pepsi free can.
Those are obviously product placement. And the fact that he says...
Right. But it's like Diet Pepsi free.
Well, it's caffeine-free Diet Coke, They still have it.
God.
They still have it. You're missing the point of even drinking the stuff. No sugar. You got no sugar, no caffeine. Mm-hmm. And it was probably a better soda back then anyways, but they are using the sugar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing. So picture if there was a camera on Doc Brown at that time. He's not calling him on his cell phone, so he probably had to go out, call him on the payphone, get him, Marty, come down to the fucking, to to the mall. So after he hangs up on the payphone, he runs into the DeLorean, right? Closes the door, drives into the back of the truck because it's already been out. He could have left it out there, you know. He could have just.
It's all about presentation.
Apparently, he could have left it sitting there in the parking lot, but no, he had to get in, drive it into the back of the truck, close the door on the truck, and wait for Marty, and kind of assume that he hears somebody fucking arriving on a fucking Volterra skateboard. You know,
Veriflex. And then he's like, oh no, he's here. Hang on.
Yeah, I think I hear him. All right.
Yeah. And then he backs out like, dude, look at me.
Check this shit out. You don't know how long I was waiting in that fucking truck.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine
Marty.
out of a DeLorean? Whoa, this is heavy.
Is there?
There's that word again. Heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
But heavy. Why do you keep saying that? Oh, you know what else I say all the time too? That I realize. I didn't realize how often I quote this fucking movie.
Right. Every fucking word in the movie is.
The fucking bum at the end. I always go, crazy drunk drivers.
His name is Red. He
Remember?
was nicknamed by Michael J. Fox.
He's on the fucking bench and he's covered in papers.
Yep.
He's like, crazy drunk drivers.
Did you ever see the movie American's Orgy Style? American Style Orgy? What is that? That's in the theater there?
Wait.
In 1985. Yeah.
It's in the marquee in Back to the Future?
Yeah.
Oh.
In 85, it's Orgy American Style. That's what it's called.
Oh. Is that a real movie?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yep.
I never saw it.
Watching it later.
I'll give you
Just
20.
to-
I'll give you $20 if you chug this Pepsi free.
Might be the last $20 I ever make.
What do you think it tastes like? Look how low the level is. And this is not it's not open. So it has like
It's not full of gas, so it's flat as fuck.
it's
The
flat
gas has escaped.
and it's not cuz it probably would have been
Close up to there, yeah.
what's the interference I got going on?
I don't know. I don't hear anything. But I do want to say that I did see this here. Zemeckis determined Stoltz was not right for the part and made the concessions necessary to hire Fox, including refilming scenes already shot with Stoltz and adding $4 million to the budget.
For a movie that nobody wanted to make in the first place.
And then it made like $20 later.
Yeah, then they made their money back plus another $1.50
Yeah.
for gas. Still going. 40 years later, it's still going. So,
Looking at Butthead. Say hi to your mom for me.
stay out of your mom for me.
McFly. I think these are your books.
I'm just starting the second coat now.
Now, Biff.
Don't con me.
Oh, man.
On the next episode of the Flannel Tribe podcast.
It's going to be Christmas. Because we're doing these once a month.
They're like crinkling, there's a dog toy here. They're like crinkle wrappers in the, yeah, yes.
Does that make your nipples hard? It does mine.
Seriously though, why do they do that?
I don't know. Fucking people are stupid.
They really are, and they're just getting dumber. I'm sorry.
I hate people. But the ones I don't hate are the ones that are listening.
Right. If you're listening, you're not part of that.
No, you're not dumb. Yeah,
You're
are.
not hated.
But if you are, stop whispering. But you are.
Right.
Idiots.
So, anyways, that wraps up Back to the Future Part 1. I think I don't know. I liked it better than the typical backstory of the production of the movie, and we had a little different take on it, so it was good. And
For sure.
Really think about those paradoxes, and your brain will hurt. But it's true, not just in Back to the Future. It happens with anytime you bring up time travel. There's something that's going to either cause it or prevent it. And both.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know. So until next time.
I am an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan.
We'll see you on Vulcan. Speaking of Vulcan, I want to dedicate, on a serious note, I want to dedicate this episode to Ace Frehley, who recently passed away. You're definitely going to be missed. A huge part of my childhood and a huge part of my life and listening life, and guitar playing. I mean, I play, and it's largely because of Ace Frehley and your impact will never be forgotten. So, rest in peace, Space Ace. I had to mention it.
Yeah. No, it actually, there's a lot of things we probably should have mentioned in the last couple of episodes, and we've talked about it and never even touched upon it. Between that, Ozzy, all that, and yeah, it's sad. It sucks that we're fucking starting to lose some of these greats, and there's no more greats that are behind them. It's like they're going, and that's it. Maybe the younger generation thinks, "Oh, no, this is."
These
ones are great.
I don't know. They'll have their own greats, and if they don't, then they're missing out.
Right.
The problem is that now you got to seek it out, whereas we can turn on MTV and I like that, I don't like that, or the radio. But now you have to seek it out, because who listens to radio? No one.
Right.
And MTV, I think, if you want to do an episode of that, but they just
fucking MTV's done.
Yeah, they just announced we're done, we're good. Because, again, it just fucking sucked. After a certain, whatever year in the 90s, it just became stupid.
Yeah.
So, but.
If you want to listen to that episode, I Want My MTV, go back in the archives. Have fun with that one.
So, yeah, they'll have their own greats, but the problem is they got to seek them out. So, these kids, they're not running to the store to look at Hitberator.
Right. You're with us, we were told who the greats were.
But if you want to know what it was like to run to the store and look at Hitberator, we have an episode like that.
Yeah. Stages to the Pages.
Is that what it's called?
From the pages to the stages, something like that. Yeah. It was about the rock magazines.
Yeah.
From the pages to the stages. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
So we mourn the loss and celebrate the memory of all the greats we've lost. Ozzy, Ace Frehley, and numerous others.
I forgot the name, but bass player who was our age of Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah,
48 years old. Pff, dang, gone.
I don't know what he died of, but that's obviously very tragic and too soon. Yeah. Ace died from a fall too. It's not like he had a stroke or a heart attack and died. I mean, he fell and just didn't recover. So there's they won't be replaced. There's other greats that will hopefully carry the torch, but I don't feel like anyone's going to make an impact. There won't be another Ozzy. There won't be another Ace Frehley. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, whether you like their music or not is irrelevant. If you're even conscious, you can't deny the impact these people made on music.
For sure.
Like them or not. So,
right.
It's cool.
Well,
so remember them, and play something by Ace, play something by Kiss, play something by Ozzy, and watch Back to the Future, and celebrate 1 year of the Flannel Tribe podcast.
Especially, hey, my glass is empty at the moment, but fucking A, cheers.
I'm gonna have a Pepsi free on that. And but that is Ozzy, Eddie Van Halen playing in the guitar when he puts the headphones on. He says he's from the planet Vulcan.
Oh yeah.
I think the cassette tape actually says Eddie Van Halen
I think so. Yeah.
because they couldn't get or didn't want to, or somehow didn't get the rights to Van Halen music. So Eddie actually recorded something specifically for that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of,
Yeah.
you know, all that. Yeah.
Right, yeah. But that is Eddie Van Halen doing that.
Oh, sure.
Doing that sound. I think it was supposed to be a Van Halen song, but they couldn't use it or whatever.
Yeah.
So they got something custom, which is, I think
Probably
even
better.
more effective.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that wraps up our November 5th, 1955 episode. And then we'll see you for hey, listen. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah, enjoy that. Fuck, that's right. Man, this fucking year is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
October's gone.
Go on.
Yeah.
And then right behind is Christmas, and maybe we'll have a Very Flannel Christmas Part 2, and we'll see
Right.
what happens with that. If we get an idea for that.
Yep. Maybe we'll just sit around drinking eggnog and you guys just watch us drink. We'll just be, it's going to be a YouTube special. It's just going to be us
Let's
sipping.
see who fucking collapses first. Yeah, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sip drinks and whisper the whole time.
It's a great time of the year, isn't it? Great, we gave it away. Yeah, we gave the plot away. All right.
All right. Anyways, peace out.
Hey, till then,
All right.
see you soon.
Shake it easy,
Yep. Take it sleazy.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Please don't die.